And a big shout out and happy Friday to all my viewers. This is Flyer 747 here. We are Friday, December 12th, 2025, approximately 3:15 p.m. And I am currently at the Pierrefonds Roxborough REM station. And now that I have the ABC monthly pass on my Opus, since now that the strike, or I mean, technically the strike is still going on, but at least the buses and metros are fully running. So I'm gonna shoot a video today, going all the way to Deux-Montagnes, and then I'm gonna do Deux-Montagnes all the way to Downtown. So without further ado, let's hop aboard. Alright, here we go. The next stop will be, I believe it is Ilbicra.
Direction A4 Deux-Montagnes. Prochaine station, Ilbicra.
Yeah. And for some of my viewers that are following that you may not know, once you pass the Pierrefonds Roxborough station, if you're heading from the Montaigne line, Ilbicra and the following stations don't are in Zone B. So you need to have an AB, an ABC, or ABCD pass, as Zone B is Laval and the Longa and South Shore regions. And then Zone C would be once you know your reach outside of the greater Montreal area. So that would be like areas like Deux-Montagnes, Saint Eustache, Pontley, Mascouche, or Shadowgate, for example. So they're going to be heading here soon, and won't be too long. We're going to REM train moving southbound. And some of my viewers have messaged me a while back asking what I used to record. I'm currently using an iPhone 17 Pro Max to record my videos. This REM tree is really pretty. I don't know why. That's because there's ice on the tracks. It's really cool. Alright, looks like we're crossing Mid-In River. Oh no, sorry, this is the Redberry River, or RDP for short. I've never been on this bridge before. Actually, no, maybe once when I was a child, when I took the Deux-Montagnes X1, but that was like 20 something years ago. But this side of Laval was actually pretty scenic.
Station Ilbicra.
Alright, and here's Ilbicra, a very small island. A lot of nice houses over here too, I must say.
Les portes s'ouvriront sur le côté gauche.
I even saw on this island there's a beautiful little Catholic church that is very nice. And of course, to all my Metro friends on Discord, as you may know, I don't go a day without my Starbucks coffee. That is one of my that's I guess my trademark, you may say. And then a few people ask me what's my Starbucks drink usually. So
Direction
I'll answer that question. It's basically
A4
dark roast coffee with
Deux-Montagnes.
oat milk, and depending on my mood or
Prochaine
the season,
station.
I'll put like two small pumps of whatever flavor. Like if it's of course September, October, it's pumpkin spice. Not that it's a holiday season, it's peppermint or
Dernière
gingerbread.
station avant d'atteindre la zone tarifaire C. Vous devez détenir un titre de transport valide dans cette zone pour continuer.
And that was just the announcement right now that and you're now in St. Dorothy Laval, which is the west part of Laval.
Station Sainte-Dorothée.
Ooh, the sun's really bright.
Les portes s'ouvriront sur le côté droit.
Makes it much worse with my contacts.
Oui, je confonds, mais ça, c'est dans tes cils, après ce soir. Je dois attendre, il n'y a pas de départeur, rien. Ça, c'est la deuxième.
Very beautiful. Right, and then after this stop, we leave Laval, we head to the north. I believe next stop is called Grand Moulin, and then we're going to be in Deux-Montagnes. So this track here was originally the Deux-Montagnes passenger train, and of course, right before the pandemic, it was going to be converted to a REM, and of course with the pandemic delaying everything, and the government being broke as usual, as the government is always in debt for yada reasons, it took a shit long time, if you want to say with just no filters. So
Prochaine station
this should have been done theoretically, I would have said maybe 2020, 2021, if COVID never happened with for this project of the REM. So it'll be a month exactly on December 17th that this branch of the REM is open, and then if I'm not mistaken, according to what the REM's official website says, probably by March break or before Easter holiday, we should see the Los Alamo line, which connects from Roughant to Sources Boulevard, Fairview Point Claire, Kirkland, and Los Alamo, which is nearby of St. Anna Bellevue in the West Island. And then by 2027, we'll have the line that goes directly to Montreal Pierre-Éliott Trudeau Airport, which that would actually be great. It will relieve some congestion for transit users that rely on the 747 bus that goes from Berry-UQAM, Lionel. Alright, so now this is the Mid-In River that we're crossing now, and we're heading northbound to the Montaigne area, which we're going to be approaching soon. That looks like must be a pedestrian crossing point. Yeah, it looks like it. Very nice. Must be so cool for some of these people that live close by to the train station. Like, you can wake up like at 7 in the morning, get dressed, have your breakfast, and you have a train station right beside your house, so you don't have to worry about running for the bus. But I did hear the controversy, I think it was in the Journal de Montréal about a week or 2 weeks ago, where some people were saying that the Montaigne line is exceeding a very loud decibel in terms of noise, but I don't know. I like to call it a bluff because I don't think it's that excessively loud. I mean, I could be wrong, but who knows? Right, so this is the Economic station there. That side is the opposite platform going southbound to Brossard. So we're going to be approaching the Deux-Montagnes stop, which is 1 stop away. The door's not shutting yet. I know though about an hour ago there was a minor service disruption from the Montpellier station to Gare Centrale because there was an object on the tracks and it was delayed or shut down. So I hope I'm not in the midst of another interruption. But we'll have to wait and see. The doors are still, the signal here is still red, which means the doors are open, not clear for departure. And if I'm not mistaken, I think these red and green signal lights are more or less similar to those signals in the metros at the end of the platform that have that green square box, and then if there's a service disruption, let's say on the orange or the green line, there's those three flashing up. Here we go. If I heard correctly, I think they just made an announcement on the intercom that as of March 13th, the Lansalon line opens. Oh my god, if that's what I heard, that is going to be absolutely amazing, just in time for March break. And that'll actually be amazing to go shopping at Fairview Pointe-Claire, which I do very often.
Deux-Montagnes.
Alright, we're heading to the last stop. Very nice. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if we're going to be crossing another river here. I could be wrong. I mean, this is my first time going all the way to the end of the line. I wanted to shoot this video for you guys on opening day on my last video on the 17th, but at the time I only had regular Zone 8 tickets because of the strike. And in the month of November, I felt like it wasn't worth for me to spend the $200 for the ABC pass because of the strike, and at the time I had no clue how long that strike was going to last for the STM. So now that I'm out of the house, I wanted to take advantage of the entire trip up to Deux-Montagnes and then back to Gare Centrale. And we're almost 15 minutes into this video, and I cannot wait to once I get back home to upload this to my YouTube channel for you guys. Okay, we're going up a ramp now. Sweet. Okay. Slowing down just to pretend that this is a metro. Very nice.
Deux-Montagnes.
Very nice. We have right in front of the big boulevard. You have the buses right there. You think the EXO buses.
Les portes s'ouvriront sur le côté
There's a garage
droit.
ahead there. I can see a REM train. It looks like it's recharging itself or it's switching tracks. Yeah, there's a nice big parking lot over here.
Terminus. Veuillez descendre de la voiture. N'oubliez pas vos affaires. Merci d'avoir voyagé à bord du REM aujourd'hui.
Alright, so we're going to go to the sound for the next train heading downwards. Grab the escalator here. And I just noticed something. I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like all the northbound train stations have the same architecture where it's those bluish tiles. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the blue tiles I see at the Georges Vanier metro station, where you have that grayish, I believe it's concrete or granite tiles, and then you have those blue tiles that really make the Georges Vanier metro station look very nice and stand out. But I'm looking right now at Deux-Montagnes, and it looks literally like a copy paste of Pierrefonds station in blue. And from what I saw on Sky the Universe's YouTube video, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Mount Royal and the Canora are this reddish orange. So yeah, it's really cool here. Just want to No, so try lights. So this is the Deux-Montagnes bus stop or bus depot, if you want to call it, and now the signs there for all the extra buses. I've never taken a bus over here. I do plan to maybe go one next week or right before Christmas time hits and try and get maybe one or two more videos to wrap up 2025. But I think I might take one soon and just have to plan my routes. So yeah, this is pretty much it. And I'm gonna go head back inside and we're gonna take the REM back to Gare Centrale and southbound. So let's do that. I'll pause the video and we'll get right to it. Alright guys, so we're now gonna head back inside and we're just gonna scan the witness to get back in. Okay, so this side, the right side, this is where you get off if you're coming into the Deux-Montagnes, and we're going to be heading on the left side. And this is to go towards downtown, Brossard, Édouard, Montpensier, etc. And just like the sign says, once the Lancelot line opens, and as well as that towards the airport in 2027, you have to change tracks at Bois-Franc. So think of Bois-Franc's REM station as the REM's Bed-UQAM in a sense, where of course Bed-UQAM has 3 lines and Bois-Franc's gonna have 3 REM lines. So kind of makes sense in a way that Bois-Franc's REM station is going to be the Bed-UQAM of the REM. Alright, so now we're just gonna climb up this escalator and we're gonna wait for our departure. So I just noted here from Pierrefonds to about Deux-Montagnes, about I would say between 10-15 minutes. I would say roughly 12.5-13 minutes. And last time I calculated about a month ago from Gare Centrale to Pierrefonds, it took me about 25 minutes, almost half an hour. So yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for the next train because I really want to see the train switching tracks, which is kind of fascinating. Just like the switch tracks of like a terminus at like Beaugrand, Angrignon, Berry, Longueuil, Saint Michel, Snow. You don't see the tracks because it's a it's a 2-story platform, but you get my drift. So well, I'm gonna wait for the next one. Oh, well, this one just departed, and I'm gonna wait for the next one in 5 minutes. It's a very, very long platform, as you can see here. It's very nice. You can see this thing. The only criticism I would say, and this is something even like a problem I have with the STM, is that they should seriously put garbage disposals or recycling bins on the platform. So let's say if you have, I don't know, you're reading the newspaper on the go, or you have a tissue, or you have like garbage or waste you want to throw out, or your cup of coffee, and it's never a good thing to litter, right? Because heaven forbid if someone catches you and you get a hefty fine for littering. I really wish though that both the REM and the SM could seriously put garbage bins on the platforms themselves as you're waiting to board your train. But I have this theory that they don't do it because of hobos pillaging through the garbage and looking for I don't know, like needles or weapons or, okay, not weapons, like maybe drugs or some shit like that. But that's what I really think as to why we don't see this like disposable garbage bins or recycling bins on the platforms. I mean, I did notice in the past year and a half at especially Papineau and Beaudry Metro that they've added disposable bins for needles, because with the homeless crisis going on, it's getting absolutely insane. And I kind of find, for me personally, I kind of find it sickening, because it starts to raise concern and awareness about what's going on. And I really hope that, you know, it's unfortunate, you know, for, you know, no one wants to live homeless or whatever, but I find it's becoming a serious problem when it comes to, you know, safety and security in the metros. I mean, I remember back in winter, I think I was at Jolicoeur or Monk Metro, and there was hobos there started beating up another hobo over a blanket because they were freezing cold, and it's absolutely sad, you know. And then you have Bonaventure Metro Station, which is like the capital of homeless people there, and it's just absolutely insane. And yeah, I just hope, you know, that the STM and the REM and all of the, you know, transport agencies, you know, continue doing an effort to improve safety and security in the metros. I mean, now, like, it's been about a year now with the STM. There's the SMS number you can text forward to the security guards or inspectors if there's an incident going on, like, you know, like getting some, like someone's drunk or getting in the way of, you know, people's travel. How can we go? Anyways, we're gonna board the train here. I have now just embarked on the REM train from Deux-Montagnes. We're going to be heading southbound. The train is very empty. I really like the inside. Like, this line of the holes, this line of the seats. I actually find it so many buy. It doesn't people buy as much. And I remember reading an article that when the STM were deciding on the color for the Azure, even the back in the 60s, the MR63, MR73, they decided to go with blue for two reasons. One, because Quebec's color is blue, and also because there was a study saying that while riding public transit, the color blue is soothing to the eyes, and it doesn't make you stress or something like that. I don't know, but I've heard something like that. Alright, here we go. We are now departing Deux-Montagnes. We're heading back to Grand Moulin. Oh, she's really going fast now. And yeah, we're going down the curved ramp. Forest area over here. Now, where we go? This window is absolutely filthy. That's why I thought it was my phone getting cracked, but no, it's the window of the REM itself that's absolutely dirty. Would be so cool if there was like a windshield wiper on these things, you know, like when the REM is on like riding on a rainy day or a storm. That would have been cute, but this is still better than that thing. As I said in my previous video, you know, we could play about, you know, like traffic and whatever, and you know, the bus and metro is not 100% perfect, but I think on a full-grown scale, Montreal probably ranks to the top when it comes to public transit in, I would say, probably all of Canada, because we really have like a lot to offer in terms of like our bus, metro. We have the EXO commuter train, the light rail, which is the REM now, and In the summertime, we have
Grand Moulin.
the ferry boat that goes from the old port to Longueuil over the St. Lawrence. So yeah, we have a lot to offer. And then there will be
Les
special
portes
shuttle
s'ouvriront sur le
buses.
côté
Like in the
droit.
East End, there's a shuttle bus that goes to like the hospitals and stuff, the CLSCs. And then of course you have the special shuttle bus that goes to the Montreal Casino, the beach, the Jean Drapeau Beach during the summer, the Rome, and then of course the express bus that goes to the airport. So we have some great things to offer. So can't really complain. We were departing Grand Moulin, and now we're heading back to Laval at St. Dorte.
Direction A1 Brossard. Prochaine station Sainte-Dorothée.
I just noticed at this station, you get off on the like, so the entrance is literally on the side. Kind of reminds me of the old extra stations where you just scan your opus on either side of the platform, and then you just board your train. Right now we're going back on top of the river. No, just noticed the river is not that much. Okay, there is one section where there's no ice, but there's some section where it's some ice, but it looks like it's melting up there. Whoa. It's so scenic over here. Kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, this area kind of reminds me of like going to a chalet or a country house in the winter, and you have like a log cabin you're renting, and you're by a fireplace having hot chocolate or something. It kind of looks like I'm in the outskirts over here, but it's beautiful nonetheless. I guess it must be like a park or something over there. Yeah, I think that is a park behind those pine trees. There's a switch track over there. Cool.
Station Sainte-Dorothée.
St. Dorte. I wonder if those side tracks were there, like, in case, say,
Les portes s'ouvriront sur le côté droit.
one switches track or something, but the link was always there. Who knows? Alright, so there's a REM train that's departing heading north to the Deux-Montagnes. Now we're gonna head back to Ibikra, then Pierrefonds, then Sunnybrook, and then we're gonna be heading southbound to
Direction
A4, to
A1
Lissau, Montpellier, etc.
Prochaine station Île-Migrat.
There we go. Try and see what you guys better sitting down. That window is starting to annoy me in the sense that it's very, very dirty. Okay. There we go. Much better. We're now heading to Ibikra, which is
Station Île-Migrat.
must be rush hour, like so many trains coming in. Yeah, makes sense. Plus it's Friday afternoon, so yeah, it's the weekend.
Les portes s'ouvriront sur le côté
And Christmas
gauche.
is right around the corner. Okay, that is very, very well. That was very odd. That the guard doors of the station closed before the REM train as well. That is, I don't know if it's technically on the REM, but that was really weird. Shout out to Pat and Dexter and whoever else is out there watching the video. Hit me up on Discord if you've seen that happen before on your REM journeys. Because as far as I'm aware, they should simultaneously close at the same time. That was really, really weird. I mean, imagine if someone just by accident, like, just jump off there. That would have been a serious problem. Anyways, we're now crossing the RDP River, or River for short, and we're heading towards Pierrefonds. So we're now back on the island of Montreal, and we're in the Woods Island area, sort of. If anybody else is watching my videos, I really would if someone could comment or DM me on Discord as to the precise date when the Mascouche X1 will be starting its route from Côte-Liesse, because that would save me so much time right now to get back home to the East End. I would just take the Mascouche stream, because right now from Gaston Town to the East End would take me an hour because of that stupid loop, and it's a real pain in the ass. So I really am anxious for the Côte-Liesse EXO station to open up, which technically was supposed to open up on November 17th, and then I heard it was supposed to open up on the 5th of December, the 7th. So yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with EXO for that. That should have been done a long time ago, but there's always delays with construction or some shit out there. There's NGA, and that means we're in front of the Pierrefonds station.
Station Pierrefonds, Roxborough.
You can see some buses down there. There's the 205 and 206, I think.
Les portes s'ouvriront sur le côté droit.
Ready? Very nice inside. Let's see the doors at the same time. Yeah, this one did. That was sort of. That was a really weird last stop.